Today's show is pre-recorded.
Y'all know what time it is. Y'all don't know, y'all better ask Hat on, suit on, looking like the Dapper Dawn, giving them all dressed like $1,000,000, diamond things in his cuffs. Y'all tell me who could it be but Steve Harvey? Oh yeah, they're listening to me. Put your hands together for Steve Harvey. Put your hands together. Steve Harvey, why don't you join? Yeah. Steve Harvey, get on, y'all. Better give me some eggs right now. Steve Harvey, join in me. Come with me, help me say, I'm so afraid to go home. You gotta turn it on, turn it on. Steve Harvey in the moment, y'all. You gotta turn your radio on. Turn them out. Steve Harvey got to turn them out. Steve Harvey turn them on to the morning, y'all. Come on. Do your thing, Big Daddy.
I sure will. Good morning, everybody. You are listening to The Voice. Come on, y'all, dig me now. One and only Steve Harvey got a radio show. Man, is God good to me. Unbelievable. Yeah, he is. And I can only attribute it to one thing. It's just been a turnaround in my life. It's been me finally making a decision to see what all God has for me, but at the same time trying to be more God want me to be instead of more what I want to be. That's the trade-off. You got to do something now. You want God's blessings. You got to be willing to do something on his behalf. I'm not saying I got it right now, because I'm just being real with you. I don't have it all together by any stretch of the imagination. I'm trying to get better in several areas. I'm praying about it. I'm working on it. But it's a process, and I've grown to accept the process. But I'm improving in a lot of areas from day to day. But I tell you what, man, my success, all that's going on with me, I can only attribute to this turnaround. And the turnaround was simple. I turned around and started looking at God. That was the simple move, man. I just turned around and started looking at him, and I was going, okay, I get it now. You created me. You're the creator. You have a purpose for me. I understand that now. Now, let me just walk in that purpose, and let me get to doing that purpose. Now, my purpose and your purpose and their purpose and anybody's purpose could be different. And the way you go about the purpose can be different. And that's the part that I've really grown up to. I've opened up my mind to understanding that everybody's different. Nobody's quite the same. And that is not my right or position to judge, but to be of a forgiving spirit and understand and forgive those as I ask God to forgive me. See, that's the key. That's the key, y'all. So when you out here and you stuck on this unforgiveness, understand in the Lord's Prayer, there's a segment that says, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. There's another version that says, forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. It's two different versions. But either one, it means the exact same thing. It means simply this, that you are asking God to forgive yours like you forgive others. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. When I cross the line with you, God, handle me the way I handle people when they cross the line with me. You feel what I'm saying to you? See, you understand that? That's the breakdown of it. Best way I can give it to you. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Forgive me, God, for stepping over the line like I forgive those that step over the line on me. That's the hard part, man. That's the part, man, I've really been working on. I've been really trying to get that together. And so I've learned forgiveness a lot better over the past 5 years than I have before. And it's paid off. I can't tell you how it's paid off, because now God's mercy and grace is all over me, because I've learned to become more graceful. Now, I ain't graceful like him. I ain't merciful like him, but I've learned to become more graceful, more merciful. Because, man, I can't live my life like that. I just got sick of me, man. You mad at me, now I'm mad at you. You hating on me, now I'm going to hate on you. I ain't got time for that, man. Look here, you got somewhere to go. Hate take up time. It's time consuming, hating. Trying to seek revenge, it's time consuming. It take up way too much of your time to seek revenge when vengeance ain't really yours. That's another one. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. It ain't yours. So now when you go to seek it, to take it out, guess what you're doing? You're doing something now, man. Now you off into an area that you got no business being in. And instead of steady climbing your ladder like you're supposed to, you didn't take out time for vengeance. To hate. I'm a hater. I'm going to be a blogger. I'm going to blog about so-and-so. When you're blogging about somebody, and most of these people you don't even know, when you blogging about somebody, what you doing? What you hating? It takes time to hate, man. I just decided, man, I got to take all my time, and instead of doing time and being active, I got to be proactive. See, some people get that confused, being active and being proactive. Pro is positive. Pro means to move forward. You know, if you put pro in front of most words, it's a positive influence. You know, there's the pros and the cons. The pros is the good side. The cons is what can go wrong, the bad side. You know, if you're active, that's one thing. But if you're proactive, you're going forward in a positive direction. When you become a pro, that means you the best of the best at whatever it is you chosen to be. I'm a pro. So somehow, and I'm no English teacher or grammatical guy, the word pro a lot of times when you put it in front of something means positiveness. So now, a lot of people think that if you just active, something ought to happen. Well, I'm doing something. And that's what happens, man. We just find ourselves doing a lot of busy work that really ain't about nothing and ain't going nowhere. It ain't got no direction or no purpose because we haven't tried to find out the direction or purpose. So you wake up and your wheels are spinning. You a hamster on a treadmill. You're running real fast, but you're just going in the same spot. You understand? That's because you're just out here being active instead of proactive. Why don't you get God in your life? Why don't you turn and face your creator and find out how to become more proactive so you can do things to move yourself forward? How you can get your life off the ground and get off the treadmill and really get it rolling in the direction that it need to be going, man. I'm telling you, God can make that change for you if he see you making the change for him. See, the whole key, man, the whole key is you got to be willing to do something. You got to give God something to bless. Bless me, God, and then you go sit on your couch and you ain't trying. Okay, bless me, God, with what? What he working with? He can't have the people hire you if you ain't put the app in. Come on, man. The blessing comes when you make a proactive step, when you try to do something on the positive side. Look, man, I'm going to quit messing around with all these people. I'm going to start going home. I'm going to leave these women alone out here. You got to say, all right, man, I ain't going over there tonight. I just ain't going to get. Then God can work with you. God, help me stop seeing all these women. But you steady going over there, calling them, setting up stuff. Well, can't nobody help you? Because once you get over there, you already know. See, you got to get proactive. You got to do something yourself. You make one step, he'll make two. That's the key, man. So come on, y'all.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say it again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a new day. It's a new opportunity. It's a gift from God. It's an honor. It's a privilege. It's a pleasure to still be here. To know that God ain't through with me yet. Man, I'm overjoyed about that. I expect great things today. I look forward to whatever challenges may come. I hope that God gives me the strength and wisdom to deal with each and every one of them. I hope that he gives me the good character to deal with all my tasks in front of me with a joyful heart, realizing that the blessings is on the way. One of them already got here. He woke us up. Ain't that good? Yeah, it is. Steve Harvey Morning Show, Shirley Strawberry, Carla Farrell, Mississippi Monica, Junior, and the legend of nephew Tommy. Junior, well, what's on your mind? They've been pretty quiet.
Oh, no, Unc, I was just listening, man. Tomorrow, Unc, big day. We got a big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
But who is these people talking about I don't know yet? Who is you? What is taking people so long, Unc, to make their mind up about this election?
I don't think there's nobody that's undecided at this point. I just really, really don't. I really, really don't. I think those are people just seeking attention. It ain't no way you ain't made up your mind by now. You already know who the better person is. You already know who is the one who has higher character. You already know which one is not a felon. You already know which one has the most experience.
Wait. Go back.
You already know which one ain't a felon. You know that.
That part.
You already know that.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, what are we talking about? I was having a discussion out the country with somebody the other day, and they said, man, I don't get it. How do you all let this guy be president? Have y'all heard the things he said? I said, yeah. Well, how can you keep doing this, Steve? Hey, man, quit talking to me like I'm voting for him, because I'm not. I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Well, what if he wins?
Period.
I said, well, let me explain something to you. If everybody gets out to vote, she will win.
Yeah.
Yes.
She will win. We are the deciding factor, y'all.
Yep.
It's clear as a bell. Everybody's after our vote. Everybody. That's how valuable of a vote we have. And we can control this thing. All we got to do is go vote, man.
That's it.
It's showtime tomorrow. The three of us have lived our life based around showtime. Showtime is go time. Go time is mo time.
Yes, sir.
And when you get finished, it's dough time. Pay me. You understand? All of it rhyme with you. It's go time, show time, it's mo time, and it's dough time. Give it to me.
Yes, sir.
Payoff is tomorrow. Kamala Harris can be president of the United States. Donald Trump. Now, man, here what's crazy. I've been watching them. They are totally prepared to lose this election. And all hell gonna break loose. Again. And we need to put every last one of them in prison on tape. Because they're going to do it in the daytime because they're stupid.
All right. Thank you, guys. Coming up at 32 minutes after the hour, it is Monday. And coming up, it is Church Complaints with Reverend Motown and Deacon Def Jam right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, we're going to church right now with Reverend Motown and Deacon Def Jam with those complaints. Church complaints.
Let me clear my throat. As we foregather on this election eve, we gather with ambiguity.
Real close.
I'll say it again. We gavel with ambiguity.
Close.
Knowing that we confiscatingly do this in a vicarious way.
Come on, Pat.
Let us come on with church complaints now before I really start preaching. Come on, Deacon.
Yeah, we have an issue, Pastor. The little people in our church, we gonna call them little people.
Right,
we don't
now.
use the M word. They are asking for someone to carry them to the polls so they can vote tomorrow. They saying the booths are too high Your call, Pastor. What do we need to do?
Well, like when I used to take my nephew to the playground, it was all the same. You know, they put a couple people in your pocket, take them to the pole. Put them in a basket on the front of your bicycle. Take them to the pole. Give them a ride in the glove compartment.
Yeah.
Take them to the pole.
Take them to the pole. Come on, Pastor.
Let them sit on the headrest of the car.
Yeah.
Take them to the pole.
Take them to the pole.
Use a Food Line grocery sack. Take them to the pole.
Take them to the pole.
Put them all in the basket of a Walmart grocery cart. Take them to the pole.
Take them to the pole.
We taking souls to the pole.
To the pole.
Yes,
Good
sir.
God.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Here's a situation, Brother Franklin Dorsey. You know Brother Franklin. He has 3 warrants, but says he's going down there to vote. He just wants somebody to go with him in case they keep him.
He gonna get killed. Definitely.
Yeah, he's at. Who do you want to send with him?
I want
I
you to
don't know
show
what
up at a federal facility with ID. We're all in the upper room. We'll all be there waiting in the upper room. Yeah, Dorsey gone. He good as gone. Thank you for voting before you go.
Thank you for the vote, though.
A felon is a candidate.
Yeah. Hello. Might well let him vote because one of the candidates is a felon.
Yeah.
So what's the problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Pastor, the choir has gotten together. They want to sing outside the voting polls tomorrow. They want to sing Stomp. I personally think that's going to scare the white voters for Kamala, but that's your thoughts, Pastor. I don't know if that's a good idea.
I don't think our choir need to go down there. Our choir not that good. Anyway,
That's cold.
I have stopped all A and B selections here at the church. So I know good and well I don't want to let them loose down there at the polls. Ain't nobody down there from stopping. They be working on 8, 9 songs. We not going to support this. Not going to be a part of it. Not going to adhere to it. So the answer is NAW. Now.
Hell to the now. All right. I need you to have a discussion with Knockout Larry. Knockout Larry is talking about going to the polls and talking about if anybody looks at him crazy, he knocking them out. Can you please talk to him? This is not good.
Well, that I'm not going to prevent. I think, because I know where Knockout live, and he just moved out there in them suburbs, and I think it'll be a good look. They burning ballot boxes. I'll let Larry go and knock a couple of them out.
Okay, Pastor, that's not what I...
Because he's going to go down there with a T-shirt. I know he's going to get some crazy look because I saw the T-shirt that he printed for Election Day. The T-shirt says, blacks who is not for Trump.
Okay.
Blacks who is not for Trump. He got his T-shirt printed up, and he got not with a circle and a slash going through it. And
Black
Trump,
who is not.
I know he's going to offend people because Trump, he spelled out Trump, but he put it on a big orange.
All right, young Megan, this is her first time voting, Pastor. She's 19 years old. This is her first time voting. Now, her mother was a Black Panther, and her daddy is a redneck. She said there's chaos in their house right now. She's torn on who to vote for. She was asking for your assistance, Pastor, on what to do. But little Megan has no idea. She's just torn right now.
Well, go with your mama on this one here.
The Bay Area Black Panther.
Go who made you.
Yeah.
Go who brought you in this world.
Come on here.
Because if once you do some stuff, you may find out that you always know who your mama is. Because she made you. You don't really know that's your daddy.
Yeah. All right. last but not least, I think this is a bit of a stretch, but they are asking, the AKAs are asking for all the Greeks that are voting tomorrow to wear pink and green, whether you're an Omega, an Alpha, a Kappa, a Delta. They want everybody to wear pink and green. And I don't know if it just seemed like a bit of a stretch, Pastor. The Sigmas, the Iotas, the Sigma Gamma Rho, they want everybody to have pink and green.
We're going to just take this vote and go on now, y'all. Now, let's quit playing. We're going to vote. We're going to vote for the lady who was made in pink and green. That we have no problem with her roots at HBCU.
Uh-huh.
We ain't got no problem with her going AKA. None whatsoever.
Come on.
But what the bros is not gonna do is go nowhere in pink and green. I'm gonna
next.
speak on behalf of the Q for sure.
Ask the CLO with.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Coming up at the top of the hour, if you missed it, Vice President Kamala Harris was our special guest last week, and she and Steve had a great one-on-one conversation on her agenda to keep moving America forward. We will run that interview back at the top of the hour. You don't want to miss it, but right now it is time to ask the CLO, our Chief Love Officer, Steve Harvey. This is from Joyce in Trenton. Joyce says, I haven't had sex with my husband in over 30 days because he said he's not voting. We had a big blowout, and he said he didn't care if I had sex with him or not. Not only is he a fool, but is he cheating too? Why doesn't he care about the sex? Oh.
You got two problems. He don't care about the sex or voting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who did you meet?
Trifling.
Yeah.
I need to leave.
No.
Who is this guy?
And let me say this, y'all. When you don't vote, you have voted.
Hello.
Yes.
I want you to understand something. If
Say
you
that
do
again.
not vote, you have voted for the opposition. Because we need all hands on deck right now. We need every living, breathing human being who has the right mind and a good heart, and you care about people, and you want the right image in that White House. You have got to get to the polls and vote.
Yeah.
Did you see the other day when he was on TV imitating doing oral sex?
Yes, sir.
Bruh, he was speaking and imitated having OS on stage.
What?
To the microphone.
Oh, to the
I missed this. I sure missed this.
that with the mic.
No, to the microphone.
I did.
He did it. I couldn't believe it, man. I said, this is... Man, anyway, go ahead.
I mean,
Look
there
it
are
up.
no
There's
words.
videos out. This dude,
Yeah.
Yeah, saw that.
dude ain't
I
rap
mean-
right, man.
He could do whatever. He could
telling
do
you.
whatever, but they hold her feet to the fire on every issue, everything.
Would you imagine what would happen if she did that?
No,
Yes.
You imagine what would happen if Barack Obama did that? If
come on.
How do you let this guy get away with this idiotic stuff as president
say
in front of your
nothing.
children?
Yeah.
In front of your children.
They say nothing. Nothing. It's ridiculous.
I hope he do all that when he get to jail. I hope he do all that then.
All right. Moving on to Frida in Minneapolis. Frida says, my husband is remarried and I saw him and his wife out shopping. I didn't expect her to speak to me, but I was shocked that he didn't speak. He called and said he's trying to keep the peace. Why can't he speak to me when she's around?
No, hell no.
He can't even speak, huh?
No.
I wouldn't even look your way. I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't even look your direction.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'd have went the other way, crossed the street, went on the other side of the mall, all that, yeah. Duck behind the coach.
Really?
Yeah. For what? He trying to keep the peace. Why you want to get spoke to? You the ex-wife. But she spoke. Oh, okay.
Because it's the nice thing to do when you see someone you know that you used to be
Tell them
married
about, hey,
to.
hey. When they got divorced, they was in court. It wasn't nice.
Right on by. You don't exist.
Man, I ain't got to. But what? Why is it important that he speak to you? You didn't want to stay with him. What the hell y'all want to talk? What is we talking for?
Wow.
We
All right,
are
moving
exes for a reason.
Exactly.
Moving on.
I ain't forgotten now one of them.
You guys. Wow. All right, moving on to Graceland in Wilmington. Graceland says, I voted early and I wore a new blonde wig. My husband said that he's surprised the poll workers let me vote because I look 100% better and very different with the wig on than I do on my photo ID. Was that shade or a compliment? I'm trying to figure this one out, she said.
A shady compliment.
A shady compliment.
Yeah.
You look way better.
With the blonde wig.
You look way better. God. There's some dudes out here who say some stuff that I just...
Stupid stuff.
Oh, man, you ain't run that by nobody, huh? Just went on and said it.
How did he say it, Steve?
Ooh, I'm surprised they let you vote. Look at here. Look at you, girl. Look at you. Now look at your picture. How they know that's you?
Just stupid.
What poll you go to? Who down there checking ID?
Wow.
How in the hell? Girl, it's crazy. This is crazy. Hey, hold on one second. Mama, come here.
Not mama. Not back up.
Come free.
Look at him. This Frida. Yeah, this Frida. Now look at her ID. Ain't that crazy? And they let her vote. Mama, girl, that is so crazy. Herman, come here. Herman, come here. Boy, they went down the family, dog.
Wow. I guess you better keep the blonde wig. All right, last one, Steve. This is Daniel in Bentonville. Daniel writes, my dad is messing with a female that's my age. I had sex with her a few times 5 years ago. He has no idea that I know the woman, and the woman doesn't know he's my dad. Do I tell my dad, or do I tell the woman, or do I just let this happen?
This ain't got nothing to do with you.
Man,
What? Tommy?
it don't.
Man, let daddy have that. God,
Wow.
Ew.
Yeah.
CLO? Yeah. Too messy. What?
I don't know I don't know what it accomplishes when you tell your daddy.
What?
let
You just want
daddy.
him to know.
This show is crazy.
Yeah, because
Now, the daddy must not be with the mama no more.
Well,
Apparently.
yeah, I don't think so.
Because that would have been a major problem.
Yeah.
Because then he's cheating
Because the
on
son
his
is
mother.
not outraged.
Yeah. Right. So, with the fact that he ain't with your mama no more. Yeah.
But he's with his ex. Or just the girl that he's...
Well, but he don't know that.
Yeah.
And the girl don't know that that's his daddy.
Right.
She trifling.
She doesn't know, though.
So y'all
she all over
saying
the
the
place.
son
Yeah.
should not tell his dad?
I'm not
it
finna
gonna
stop my
change?
daddy joy. I'm not. I'm finna let my daddy have his joy.
Okay, well, what will happen, do you think, if he tells? Is the dad going to stop? Is the dad going to leave the woman alone?
Pops.
he not.
Okay.
No.
I don't think so either. All right. Thank you, CLO.
He ain't heavy. He my daddy.
Coming up at the top of the hour, the interview that I love so much, the interview with Steve and Vice President Kamala Harris coming up. We're going to run it back right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Hey, listen, everybody. I told you we'd have a special guest today, but I'm being joined right now, and I want you to listen to me carefully, by the only candidate that has delivered some real progress for Americans, and especially for Black Americans, and is going to continue to do so as the next president of the United States. Now, listen to me. There is no choice when it comes to fighting for a new way forward, because we are not going back. So today, our special guest is the current Vice President of the United States. But if everything goes right, and we do our job and we get to these polls and we early vote and we continue to take somebody to the polls with us, we will be talking to the next president of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Vice President Kamala Harris. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Steve Harvey. It's good to be back with you. Thank you so very much.
You know something? This campaign is tough. I got to tell you, you're a tough lady. How's it going? You look strong. Are you doing well out there? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I have to tell you, I've been traveling our country, and I'm just, there are so many good folks, Steve, you know this, who care about the future of our country, who love our country, and who are determined to make sure that they get folks to the polls. I've been going to a lot of beautiful churches where the pastors are leading souls to the polls. I've been meeting with our young people who are first-time voters who are coming out in incredible numbers because they know what's at stake for their future. But there's a whole lot of optimism out there. And I think it's because people understand, there's a very big decision to be made, but a huge contrast between Donald Trump and myself. And I think people want to turn the page on his era of divisiveness and fanning the flames of hate. They want a new way forward that's about optimism and, dare I say, joy, but also I'm prepared to do the hard work that's about bringing down the cost of groceries, bringing down the cost of housing, and focusing on the needs of our small businesses and so much more.
You said something here, that people in this election, there's a choice between two different versions of the future. And I'm telling you, I mean, you look, if you needed any more proof, that rally the other night in Madison Square Garden should have gave you all the information you needed to know about the real differences here. You and Governor Walz are fighting for a new way forward. You're talking about protecting reproductive freedoms for women, for strengthening our democracy, and you want every person to have an opportunity to get ahead. But let's focus on this that I've never seen done in my life. You came up with a real plan to help Black Americans. Specifically, you targeted African American men. I've never seen that in there. Can you go over some of the points? I don't want to put you on the spot, but can you go over some of the points that you've made for Black Americans?
So, first of all, let me just tell you that I understand that, listen, I'm going to be, and I pledge to be a president for all Americans, but not all people have been affected by issues the same way. So, for example, in my agenda for Black men, it includes what we need to do around having a specific initiative that is about Black men's health, because I know that we have higher rates of colon cancer and prostate cancer, and I want to make sure we're increasing education and screening for Black men, understanding that sickle cell affects Black men at a higher rate. My approach is an agenda that also includes focusing on small businesses. Our small businesses range from the barbershop and a beauty salon to tech companies, to clean energy companies, to construction companies. And part of my focus is on making sure that our entrepreneurs, our small business owners have access to capital, because unlike Donald Trump, who was given $400 million on a silver platter and then filed for bankruptcy 6 times, not everybody has access to the capital, but they've got good ideas, they have a serious work ethic, and they have a product or an idea that actually benefits the community. So my work is about, one, making sure that we have $20,000 forgivable loans for startup companies to be able to pay for the website, because, you can't just rely on your cousin to set up your website, right? You need a good website that opens your product up to market. The forgivable loans include if you want to start up a company where you need products or you need equipment, and that's the reason why you can't be successful, that I want to eliminate that obstacle. My plan is about knowing that Black families are 40% less likely to be homeowners. So I'm going to make sure that we have $25,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers so they can just get their foot in the door and get on the path to living the dream of America, the American dream, which also is about being on the path to creating intergenerational wealth. So my agenda it has a lot of aspects to it that are everything from bringing down the cost of groceries to bringing down the cost of housing, making home ownership within the grasp of the American people, but also focusing on specific issues that affect specific communities with a target of making sure that we eliminate obstacles to success and to wealth building.
I mean, it has been an amazing thing. As I've done my research, and I've really, really watched what you've been about and what you've done, I became more and more impressed. So has a lot of people, because it really came to the forefront, when a lot of people were talking about, wow, I misunderstood this about her. Because now people have had a chance to do the research. And when you talk about black wealth is up 60% before the pandemic, when you forgave over 167 billion in student loans, you're fighting for more. We are going to show up at these polls in numbers that's going to startle them. And I want you to know that you have a lot of support that people aren't talking about. All right, hold right there, Madam Vice President. We'll be right back with more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
We're back with the Steve Harvey Morning Show. Our special guest this morning is Vice President, future President, Kamala Harris. And here's a big one that people overlook sometimes. Over $16 billion in investments in HBCUs, and you're fighting to lower the cost of HBCUs and double the value of Pell Grants. This is stuff you don't hear a lot of people talking about, but you've been on these bills for years, and you've been fighting for these types of progressive moves for all Americans, as you say. But a lot of this affects black people specifically. And I just wanted to say, I think that coming out at this time has just been really, really beneficial for your campaign.
Well, Steve, I have to tell you, I mean, a lot of my policies and priorities are based on personal experiences, right? Whether it be the importance of home ownership and knowing how hard people work and save up trying to be able to buy a home for their family. And, I saw my mother struggle to do that, and she finally did when I was a teenager. Or what I'm going to do around making sure Medicare helps pay for home health care for our seniors, knowing that it's a part of all cultures, and certainly ours, that you take care of your elders. But we have a lot of folks who live in the sandwich generation who are taking care of their young kids and their parents, and they need help. My focus on HBCUs, a lot of it has to do with the fact that as a proud HBCU graduate, I know that our HBCUs are centers of academic excellence, but don't always have the kind of resources that other colleges and universities have, and they need that kind of support. So you're right. I mean, or even the work that I've done on black maternal mortality, which affects not only women, but the men who love them, their husbands, their sons, their fathers. So these are areas of work for me, as you said, that have been long-standing. It's not just because I'm running for president. My whole focus on black men and opportunity around financial opportunity was long before I started running for president. It's a lifelong commitment.
And also, especially in the battleground states, you've been doing these men huddle-up events across the battleground states. Yeah. And this really shows a commitment to address specific needs of black men.
That's right. Well, listen, I know how folks have been overlooked, and I'm very proud of what we've done over the last 4 years to bring down black unemployment to historic lows. But, I also understand and know that it should be a baseline that everybody's working and has a job. What people also want is the opportunity to create wealth. People want the opportunity to be able to go on vacation from time to time and buy their kids, the kinds of Christmas gifts that they want.
Okay, hey, let's stop for just 1 second. We got to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more of the President of the United States, which I'll be saying that next week, right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
We're back, and our special guest this morning, as you very well know, is the current Vice President of the United States. We're going to continue our conversation here. We're going to pick up where we left off. You know, you spoke about uplifting people, and that leads me to this right here. Your opponent, Donald Trump, I've seen it, and I've been on my radio show preaching it over and over and over. He has been a complete failure for Black America. And he's running a racist campaign with a racist agenda that will give him unprecedented power to roll back all of our rights and freedoms. It's going to hurt the middle class, going to threaten our democracy. The Trump-Vance Project 2025 agenda will be a complete disaster for Black America. What do you say to that?
Well, you're right, and anybody listening should go and Google Project 2025. They will eliminate the Department of Education and Head Start. They will make it more difficult for workers to get overtime pay. And that's on top of what he will do to get rid of Medicare, get rid of the ability of Medicare to negotiate drug prices against the big pharmaceutical companies. Get rid of, look at Project 2025, it will get rid of the $35 a month cap on insulin for our seniors. Black folks are 60% more likely to be diagnosed with diabetes. So to your point, Steve, this is an election of consequence. And on the one side, you've got Donald Trump, whose policies are not about lifting up hardworking people. You've got Donald Trump, who way back from the beginning of his career, when he was a landlord, refused to rent to Black families, who took out a full-page ad in the New York Times calling for the execution of 5 young Black and Latino children who were innocent, the Central Park 5. Somebody who called the first Black president of the United States, called him out and claimed he was not born in the United States, birtherism. And then most recently, as it relates to legal Black immigrants in Ohio, said they were eating their pets. This is who he is. And I think folks know, when you look at his character, you got to understand, it's one thing for him to have his name on a building in Vegas. It's a whole other thing to think about him having the power of the presidency to either lift people up or push people down and tear people down. And this is the choice that people have. And Steve, I would press this point also. I would ask your listeners to just know that, if you are a hardworking person, if you have aspirations and goals, but you didn't inherit what you got to know you're not really in Donald Trump's club. Right? He's not going to sleep at night thinking about how he's going to take care of your grandmother or grandfather. He's looking out for people like him. When he was president, he pushed and accomplished tax cuts for billionaires and big corporations. And as president again, if he were elected, which he will not be, he would do the same. So I ask people to look at, who do you believe is actually going to be there fighting for you? And I think based on character and performance, the choice is clear.
Yeah. For us, the choice is crystal clear. I've been just pounding it daily on the radio show. When you hear slogans like, Blacks for Trump, I've been asking people, because I can't get a person to call in to show me how Trump is for Blacks. I mean, you can create any slogan you want to, but let's back it up with something. The facts are all in the rally at Madison Square Garden, man. I was just sitting there, man, just going, I watched the whole collage of statements. This is one of the worst campaigns I've seen, and you are holding up incredibly strong. You're in the last few days of this campaign. This is
yes, sir. The last week. It's November 5th, Tuesday, November 5th.
What's this looking like for you, Madam Vice President?
I intend to win, Steve Harvey. And it's going to be because people don't let themselves be silenced, and they will get out and vote. And, we know our voice is our vote, and our vote is our power.
Hold on one second. We'll be right back, everybody, with more Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, everybody, we're back, and our special guest this morning is Vice President Kamala Harris, soon to be President of the United States. Let's continue the conversation. Madam Vice President, I got to tell you something. It has been a pleasure to represent you and to stand up for you, and to be able to stand up for you based on so many facts. I mean, just the quality of person you are. The decision is real clear. I mean, for a lot of us.
What I am seeing as I travel the country is that people refuse to be silent, and they're not going to fall for the okie doke. People know the difference between fact and fiction, and who's going to actually be fighting for them. And look, I am not perfect. Will make mistakes, but I will work around the clock on behalf of the people who deserve to be seen and heard and uplifted. That is the work I have done in my career. That is the work I will continue to do. I've only had one client in my life, the people, and that's who I fight for. And so my agenda really is about an opportunity economy that's about helping to lift people up, but again, also recognizing the disparities that have existed. And we talked as an example about home ownership as one point of reference. Yeah. So, or for example, my work on increasing access to capital for small businesses is also based on an understanding and knowledge that only 1% of venture capitalist investment go to black-owned businesses, right? So we have to recognize where the disparities exist and see how we can create public policy in a way that takes those into account.
Well, and I think there's going to be a surprise next week, because they haven't counted on really, they never really polled us anyway, but they haven't counted on really how bright of a people we are, and how and how shrewd we can be. And we proved it in the last election, but we are going to show up at these polls in numbers that's going to startle them. And I want you to know that you have a lot of support that people aren't talking about, but you got some people back here that's stomping strong for you on these yards around here. And I also want you to know this too. We know it's been tough for you, and the spiritual people have been praying for you, because they know what you're up against. So I just wanted to give you that vote of encouragement and tell you to keep up the good fight. You're a wonderful candidate. I couldn't be prouder. And you look, the way you handled him in the first debate, this is why there have been no more debates, because that was a clean mop-up job.
Get another debate. I've been trying. He won't.
Oh no, they're not going to do that. You exposed too much. Because the low IQ statement, to even say that right there is crazy to me. Because I was looking at it on TV. So, congratulations, Madam Vice President.
Thank you, Steve Harvey, and thank you for the time, and thank you for your voice and your leadership always, and the friendship. Thank you.
Hey, we're going to get you through it, all right?
All right. I'll see you on the other side.
All right,
you
for
too.
sure. Ladies and gentlemen, the future President of the United States, President Kamala Harris. Gonna sound good, might as well say it now.
Woo! Yes, sir. That's my president right there.
Madam President, y'all stop talking, drop the mic. Yes.
Go vote.
President.
Wow, Steve, great interview.
Outstanding. Let's go.
Really great. Steve, how
I could have said something.
That was good. No. How do you
your whole
feel,
team
Steve?
said no. I mean, I wanted her to understand that she has a lot of support. She said at the beginning, we're going to win next week. And I just was saying, if we get out and we do our job and we go to the polls and we take people to the polls, that we can win this thing right here. And we talked about how clear of a choice it was. It wasn't one of the talking points, but I brought up the Republican, the Trump rally at Madison Square Garden.
Rally
it clearly showed you who they really are. I was stunned, man.
The level hate and the racism and the bigotry,
and she's the polar opposite of that.
And you know what? I was surprised. Dr. Phil said some stuff, because I watched his entire interview, because I've known this guy. You know, we've been out on vacations and run up into each other, and I like this guy. And I was surprised at him saying Donald Trump is here because he's here because Donald Trump is not a bully. But
what?
He is. I mean, and his description of what makes a person a bully was a description of Donald Trump. Yeah. He was saying that a person's not a bully if you don't have come from a position of power. That's all he uses is the threat of his power to push people around. And then he said celebrities shouldn't be endorsing stuff because they don't know nothing about policy and they don't know nothing about the issues. He said, and why am I up here? Because I was thinking the exact same thing. He says, well, because at least I'm willing to admit we don't know. No, man, that's not true. Okay, if celebrities don't know nothing about issues and policy, what does the common voter know? We all are talking about our vote. And Dr. Phil said, you know, I don't agree with everything anybody says. Nobody agrees with any. Why are you up here, man?
Yeah.
It's what I kept saying. If you were counterbalancing everything you say, and then I watched Dr. Phil because I know him. He was drinking water as soon as he got out there. He was nervous. He had that bottle of water. You've never seen Dr. Phil take a sip of water on his show. 35 years.
His appearance shocked a lot of people, though, Dr. Phil.
I was very shocked.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessary. Like, why are you up there? If you don't really agree with, if this is not your guy like that, this is who you rolling with.
You don't agree with everything he says. So you're up there because he's not a bully, and your description of a bully described him.
Yeah.
And then you said celebrities don't know issues and policy. Okay.
All he's done is insulted the vice president of the United States. Called her names, insulted her. All of these things. That's definition.
Apparently, Dr. Phil has never been bullied before because he just don't know what it looks like.
He doesn't know what it is.
I was really, man.
Concerning.
Yeah.
I was really, I was surprised.
A lot of people were surprised about his appearance there. Anyway, back on message, Steve. Your interview was great with the vice president. Congratulations on that. And if we do our part, she will be our next president for sure.
She is working
100%.
so hard. Oh, I'm just so proud of her.
She's built for it. She's built, and she does it so joyously, you know, with joy. I just love her
serving
smile.
the people. That's
Let's go. Yeah. Election day is tomorrow. Please get to the polls if you have not voted already. A lot of people have early voted, but if you haven't, go early. Have some kind of plan, you know, for tomorrow, for the lines and all of that. Just go and vote. That's the most important thing you can do tomorrow. All right? Go vote. Vote. Moving on, coming up next, it's my strawberry letter for today, and the subject is, what have you done for me lately? We'll get into that right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for today's strawberry letter, and if you need advice on relationships, work, sex, parenting, and more, please submit your strawberry letter to steveharveyfm.com and click Submit Strawberry Letter. We could be reading your letter live on the air, just like we're going to read this one right here, right now, and you never know, it could be yours.
It could be yours. Buckle up and hold on tight. We got it for you. Here it is. Strawberry letter.
Thank you, nephew. Subject, what have you done for me lately? Dear Stephen Shirley, I'm married to a 41-year-old bum that sits around all day doing nothing. My husband retired from the military, and his goal is to be a house husband. Our daughter is in her first year of college, so we're empty nesters. My husband's retirement check is great, but he can be doing so much more. His cousin has retired too, and he has a lawn care business. My uncle retired from the electric company. He started a whole new career. My husband does not understand that he's able-bodied, meaning he can do a lot of things to generate extra income. He is satisfied with what we have now and the little trips we take here and there. I told him to think bigger, and he can't. Christmas is coming up, and I'm tired of the tiny pieces of jewelry he gets me every year. I would love to get our daughter a new car, but he always asks what's wrong with the one she has now. He does keep the house clean, and he will pick up dinner, but that's it. Then he comes to bed expecting me to perform for him on demand after I've worked all day. I told him I want the finer things in life at some point, and he thinks I want us to live beyond our means. But that's not it. I just want us to be in a position where I can shop and get nice things without stress. I told him if we have another mediocre Christmas, he's going to have a big problem on his hands. He does nothing for me but exist in the house with me. He used to dream about having nicer things, and now he's okay with the raggedy recliner he sits in daily. What type of man doesn't have a vision or want more for his family? I keep asking him what has he done for me lately, but he doesn't get it. Well, one thing for sure is you can't make him do anything. He's got to want to do it. And I think you know that. And right now, his only goal, you say, is to be a house husband. Well, you don't want a house husband, although you do appreciate him keeping the house clean and bringing home dinner when he does. But he retired at such a young age that you would think, yes, that he'd have some other goals and aspirations. And there are some people who don't want to do anything once they stop working at first. But that usually gets old and tired and boring, and so they do start doing something else to pass the time or to make money. And maybe he's still processing it all. I can see him wanting to take a little time off after he got out of the military. You know, it takes time to readjust to civilian life and all that, get used to not having to get up and go to work every day. But I don't get just sitting around doing nothing every day for an extended period of time, especially if you're only 41 years old. I mean, so is this just a temporary thing while he figures things out, or is this a forever situation? That's what you got to think about. If it's forever, that will definitely continue to be a problem for you because you are not happy with what's going on. And one thing you're doing is comparing him to what everybody else is doing. He's got to be who he is. You guys need to talk, try to fix this if it's fixable. Surely he has other things that he wants to do in life eventually, so you got to communicate. I don't think this is going to be an easy conversation, but it's necessary for the sake of your marriage. Steve?
He don't want nothing. You're asking somebody to be something that they don't want to be. You're saying what has he done for me lately. So here's the deal. He's 41 years old. You say he's a bum. And he sits around all day doing nothing. That's what you say. My husband retired from the military, and his goal is to be a house husband. Ta-da! See, so far, this guy, in his mind, has set goals and accomplished all of them. He retired from the military, and you said it best. His goal is to be a house husband. He did whatever was necessary to retire from the military. Accomplished. Check the box. Graduated from high school. Check the box. Completed all the tasks required by the United States military. Check the block. Completed the task. Got a great retirement check, which you says he does. Check the block. And now he wants to be a house husband. And he doing it. Check the block. That's your whole problem. He feels as though he's accomplishing everything he set out to do. Now, there's a saying that say comparison is the thief. It's the greatest thief of joy. Comparison is the greatest thief of joy. You all can't enjoy your retirement because you're comparing him to everybody else's retirement. Shirley said, well, he's not everybody else. Well, who is he then? And that's what you got to take a hard look at. To retire at 41 and expect to sit around and do nothing from now on, that's a hard one to swallow for a woman. I know it is, especially when you still going to work every day. And you keep getting these little tiny ass bracelets for Christmas. The one that be on the table at Walmart in the middle of the floor. You get 2, 3 for $1 and all this here. It's real thin. Ain't got no charm on it or nothing. You don't even know if it's a chain. It look like a thread. When you put your jewelry on, it look like you wearing lint. You got a sewing thread bracelet on. That's how thin yours is. I'm probably not going to be able to help you, lady.
Hang on, Steve. We'll have part 2 of your response coming up at 23 minutes after the hour. The subject of today's Strawberry Letter, what have you done for me lately? We'll get back into it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, come on, Steve. Let's recap today's Strawberry Letter. The subject, what have you done for me lately?
You know, this lady says that she's married to a 41-year-old bum that sits around all day doing nothing. He retired from the military. His goal is to be a house husband. Our daughter is in her first year of college, so we're empty nesters. My husband's retirement check is great, but he could do so much more. His cousin retired too. He got a lawn care business. My uncle retired from the electric company. He started a whole new career. My husband does not understand that he's able-bodied, meaning he can do a lot of things to generate extra income. See, me, if I'm getting some money from somewhere that's coming steady, a retirement check, me personally, I'm going to go out and do something else that I've always wanted to do to generate some more income. I mean, most people think, man, I got this money coming free and clear. Man, let me go out and see what else I can add to the pile. You would think he'd want to do that, but that's not who you married to. And I kind of feel bad for you. He's satisfied with what we have now. That's complacent. Once you're comfortable, comfort is one of the main killers of progress. Comfort. He's comfortable where we are now. And the little trips we take here and there, he comfortable with that. I told him to think bigger, and he can't. Wow. And the Bible says clearly a man is as he thinketh. So if he can't think bigger, well, you gonna stay married to Mickey Mouse then. That's all. Ain't nothing wrong with it. He like having them big ears and them 4 fingers and big ass shoes on. Got that little suit on. All the kids love him. I'm not going to be able to help you, lady. I'm trying to figure out something to say about this. And Christmas is coming, and you tired of tiny pieces of jewelry he gets you every year. I would love to get our daughter a new car, but he always asks what's wrong with the one she got now. That's a real question, but, you know, he don't want nothing.
He's only 41, too.
He does keep the house clean, and he'll pick up dinner, but that's it. Then he come in bed expecting me to perform for him on demand. That's that military. Ted Hut, come on, get up in here, line up, fall in. Yeah. I told him I want to find the things in life at some point, and he thinks I want to live beyond our means. No, that means you have to go out and help get to find the things in life, but you ask him to think bigger, and he can't. If we have another mediocre Christmas, he's going to have a big problem. That's what I told him. If we have another mediocre Christmas, we're going to have a big problem. He does nothing for me but exist in the house with me. We used to dream about having nicer things, and now he's okay with the raggedy recliner he sits in daily. What type of man doesn't have a vision and want more for his family? Well, the one you married. You don't need to look no further for who that dude is. He in your house. He in that recliner. He 41. Man, I don't get that, bro. And life gonna come up on you quick. The Bible also says a man without a dream or vision shall perish. So you're going to sit there and wither away, man. I've seen it happen to a lot of people. I keep asking him, what has he done for me lately, but he don't get it. Well, if you're asking him what he did for you lately, you just said he keep the house clean. You just said he bring dinner home. You just said his military check is great. He thinking he done enough. Well, you're not happy. Shirley said it best. Y'all need to sit down. This is going to be a difficult conversation. The only suggestion I could give to you is you're going to have to hurt him.
Hurt him? What do you mean?
you're going to have to say, you know what? I really thought you were a better man than this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, let me rephrase that. Don't say that. I think you need to say, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to tell you how disappointed I am.
Wow.
And then remind him of what he used to do. I remember when he used to dream of having nicer things, better things, bigger things.
Yeah, I like
That's who I was married to.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that's what we were going to do. And it's absolutely surprising and shocking me that you have settled into this life and you don't want anything more.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to tell you something. That has really hurt me. Because I see other people flourishing. And I know I'm not going to be able to do that. And I know you think I want to live beyond our means. I don't. I just want to create some more means.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. And I thought
like
it was
that.
with you. But I guess it's not.
Yeah.
So what am I to do? What am I to do?
That's good, Steve.
Well, I guess I'll just sit here and watch everybody else live their wonderful lives and get a nice Christmas coming up.
Oh, it sounds so sad.
What about the daughter with the new car?
Are you gonna give me that same little bitty necklace you always give me for Christmas?
I don't want it.
Why is he talking like that, though?
Is that what I'm finna get?
She sound like that.
Right.
Then you gonna let the baby keep driving this ragged ass car. The baby don't.
Yeah.
You don't. You know, she in college and she got this raggedy car.
Mm-hmm.
And we keep putting money into a repair and we could just get a new one. You don't, I guess you don't want that though.
You're a loser.
Well,
What she do?
I just keep driving this ragged ass car up to the church and let the people look at us.
All right, you can
I guess
comment
I
on
wear this
today's
Easter dress I had on last Easter.
Strawberry Letter on Instagram and Facebook at Steve Harvey FM. And you can
It's
send
all
us
right,
your
baby.
letters too. Also, check out the Strawberry Letter podcast on the free iHeartRadio app. Now, coming up next, it is Junior and Sports Talk right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for Junior and Sports Talk. What you got, Junior?
All right, Uncle, let's see how you did, man. Week 9, NFL. Here we go, man. The Jets beat the Texans 21-13. That disappointing. You picked us, Uncle. I guess you ain't gonna pick us no more. I think that's
No, that's it. Last time. Yeah. Tried to be supportive. Not no more. Welcome
Not
to
no
Cleveland.
more. I know
baby.
what happens.
Welcome to Cleveland.
The Bills beat the Dolphins though 30-27.
Told you.
Yeah, man. The Ravens 41-10 over the Broncos.
Told you.
Yeah. But then here come the Chargers. They beat the Browns 27-10.
What?
You're not shocked.
He ain't shocked at all.
You lying.
Say that again, Steve, one more time.
What?
Still not convinced.
Yeah. He ain't shocked at all. Man, here go another man. The Panthers beat the Saints 23-22.
Tosh on suicide watch.
Saying that. He just walked in the kitchen and warmed up his wings last night.
That's it.
I'm through.
Man, the Bengals beat the Raiders 41-24. Lost that one up. But you come right back though. The Commanders over the Giants 27-22.
This ain't
And then here we go, the Falcons, man, beat the Cowboys 27-21.
Hell yeah.
That make everybody feel better. Then you pick this one too, The Titans beat the Patriots 20-17.
Come through, baby.
What do you know about these Cardinals, Man, the Cardinals beat the Bears 29-9. What is it about
I told
the
you that
Cardinals?
boy got that fingernail polish. I keep telling y'all. Ain't no good gonna come to him long as he's sitting over there painting his damn fingernail.
Are we
Better get out here and play football, man.
Everything you do gonna trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
This
keep
color
thinking-
purple now, baby.
What is happening?
But you pick the Cardinals, man. They keep showing up for you, man. Here we go, man. The Eagles over the Jaguars 28-23.
Yeah.
But what about your boys in Detroit, man? Detroit Lions, man, beat the Packers 24-14.
In the right
I
foot.
told y'all everybody have it, but y'all wouldn't listen to me. Now I see it popping off. Got you in the club, dancing your ass off. Shake it down.
Break it down.
Shake
break
it down.
You got them, man. Them Lions, man, are 7-1. All right, here we go. The Seahawks fell to the Rams, man, 26-20. Golly, man. But overall, man, you did pretty good this week, man. You ain't have but 5 losses. That's all.
Yeah, one of them was Houston.
Man. He said he ain't picking us no more.
I ain't picking us no more.
Yeah, that was your last
Junior.
mercy pick. So much for the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
Super Bowl. Okay.
Coming up at the top of the hour, Steve Harvey Nation, Election Day is tomorrow. We want to make sure you are prepared. We will talk about it right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
Well, guys, it is here. Election Day is tomorrow, the day we've been waiting for. It is tomorrow. And millions of Americans have already voted, like all of us on this show, whether in person or by mail. For the millions of you that still have to cast your vote tomorrow, please be prepared. Please be patient. It is important to double check your ballot once you do vote and follow all instructions so that your vote will count, because there's all kinds of trickery already going on right now. But tomorrow's a big day, Steve. It's here.
I mean, look, we here. It's go time now. We talking about today, but we're going to be on it tomorrow. And then after that, man, we just waiting on the results. It will not happen that night, regrettably. I remember you could declare and all like that. I remember when politicians gave concession speeches. Those days are gone. Because you will never, ever get this narcissist to ever give a concession speech. You will get him to never have a peaceful transition of power. They're already talking about if they lose, what they gonna do. It's finna be just a mess. But I do not see how they are going to let this man destroy the democratic process. Because if he can get all of these stupid people again to think that this election was stolen, he gonna mess around and succeed in getting something done. But man, we not having it. We gonna have an inauguration in January. We gonna put Kamala Harris as the president of the United States, and that's gonna be it on that. Now, January 6th, they've said they've already promised January 6th will be interesting. They've already said that again. I'm telling y'all, man, this is craziness. This is sheer craziness to set up and let one man, because he's a narcissist, attempt to destroy the democratic process. Yeah. But here was really crazy. Y'all forefathers wrote this Constitution. These your forefathers. And y'all gonna let, cause the last name wasn't Trump as one of the forefathers, get rid of stuff that has been working for this country for all these years. Man, y'all special. Y'all special to let this happen. But we have a say-so tomorrow, y'all.
Yeah, do your part.
We have a say-so. I've already said so. So my ballot been in. And that's it.
That's it.
Ain't no more messing around with these people.
I mean,
right, so get there early. Polls open at 7. Get there early and do your thing. Vote.
Stay in line.
Yes.
Stay in line, y'all. Stand in line. Be determined.
Yes.
Be determined to prove them wrong tomorrow.
That's right.
They didn't really poll us. They after us, but they ain't gonna take care of us.
That part.
Yeah. That's what's really crazy, man. And what's really saddening is 90% of these Trumpsters are not going to get taken care of either. No. If Trump were to win, you finna find out ain't none of his policies for you. Hey, man, do you know that they are secretly trying to get rid of the Affordable Health Care Act?
Yeah.
Which was labeled Obamacare. Do you know that that's one of that little big secrets that they're going to get rid of Health Care Act? Watch what happens to how many people lose health care if he gets in office.
But they still don't have a plan. Like you said at the debate, they have a concept or whatever.
No, he has a plan as a dictator to get in here.
Yeah.
Everything he can put a pen to, as soon as he get in, he gonna do it.
Yep. He wants to get rid of the Department of Education. He's already working on women's reproductive rights to get rid of that.
Security.
We see that already. Social Security, people's retirement. All of this, y'all better pay attention. This is
overtime.
This is it. Project 2025. That's his plan. Y'all keep saying, what's his plan? That's it. Project 2025.
And that's the big secret.
Yeah.
Project
All right,
2025 is the secret because that's his plan.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. All right, coming up at 20 minutes after, we'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, so did you guys catch the Saturday Night Live piece this past Saturday and see the clips of VP Kamala Harris and Maya Rudolph skit? It was so cute. It was really cute. Yeah.
Yes.
It was hilarious. It was endearing. And when Kamala came, when the camera panned to her, the crowd went crazy, Steve. I mean, they went crazy.
It was so good.
Yeah, they were screaming. Well, anyway, Kamala and Maya exchanged funny phrases that rhymed with Kamala, like "Stop the dramala," "Give me your Pamela." It was the final skit on Saturday Night Live as Maya impersonating Kamala ahead of the election. It was greatness. It was so good, and there was VP Harris with her joyful, beautiful smile, her upbeat self, being who she is.
People person.
Yeah, it was really good. It was like she was talking. She wanted to talk to someone. Maya asked Kamala. She's like talking to Kamala to give her a pep talk. Maya Rudolph, really when she laughs, and then Kamala Harris said, "Do I really laugh like that?" She said, "A little bit." Yeah. It was really cute.
Yeah. I love the crowd's enthusiasm for seeing her. That was just great. And I just love Kamala's energy. What great energy.
She's on fire.
Yes. What great energy. Yeah.
Right. We need to be on fire at these polls. If you haven't voted, y'all, we got to go vote, please.
Yes. Tomorrow is the day, please.
Please.
All right.
Please.
We'll have more of the Steve Harvey Morning Show coming up at 33 minutes after. We'll play a round of Would You Rather right after this.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
It is time now for a round of Would You Rather. Would you rather, when aroused, would you rather go gobble gobble, or would you rather go cockle-doodle-doo?
I do all that. Right
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
I gobble and cock-a-doodle-doo.
A and B.
Can we hear it?
But I'll tell you what. Yeah, I do all that. I do all that.
He's dying.
I didn't
All right. Oversharing. An owl? You're an owl?
You do all of that.
Thank you. I love my animal sound.
I do bird calls. I do everything.
All right. Thank you, Steve.
Okay.
I loved it.
I can't think of an animal sound I ain't made.
I love it. All right, would you rather a winter wonderland or a tropical getaway for the holidays?
Oh,
like,
I'm going.
are you going tropical with me?
Well,
Junior can't go.
I can't go Winter Wonderland.
Yeah, you can't go. Yeah.
Winter Wonderland. Then we over there in Winter Wonderland, wondering which hospital you go.
Ain't nobody doing no Winter Wonderland.
Wait, what, Tom?
Uh-oh.
Ain't nobody doing no Winter Wonderland. For what?
It's just Winter Wonderland.
I ain't thinking.
Would you rather pumpkin pie for Thanksgiving or fruitcake for Christmas? Which one?
Yeah,
I ain't doing nothing with that. I'm not doing it.
You got to give me that damn pumpkin pie. I go and eat the pumpkin pie. You're not
You have no
giving
choice.
me that trifling, nutty ass fruitcake. Who makes that? I can't stand when people give me that. God, I got a delicious fruitcake for you. What?
It's hard to cut it.
What's in it, Steve? What's in the fruitcake?
I ain't never figured out what that green stuff is.
Yeah. It looks slimy.
I've never seen them put more stuff in one cake that don't nobody want.
I know.
The green stuff, the yellow stuff, the red stuff. You can't even taste the nut. And then the cake ain't ever good. And it ain't enough cake. It's just trash.
Little bitty cake.
It's just trash in a can. And then they pack it in that little cheap ass tin and you open it up thinking you finna get something delicious. That ugly ass Fruitcake that don't
Nothing
look
gets you
like
fired
nothing,
up more than
tastes like
fruitcake.
nothing. You can't put coffee with it and make it right. Nothing.
Coming up next, our last break of the day, and we'll close out the show with the one and only Steve Harvey right after this.
He's mad about the cake-fruit ratio.
He hates fruitcake, yeah.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.
All right, guys, here we are, our last break of the day on this Monday, the day before Election Day. Steve, you interviewed the VP. I mean, she's done everything humanly possible to win this thing. Everything. Is there anything that you can possibly think of that was left out on this Election Day eve?
No. No.
He said, no.
Yeah, it's up to us. It's up to us
I can't
now,
think
right?
of nothing.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
What
She's
more
done
does a
everything.
person have to do to prove their worthiness and their fitness to hold office? And what more can a person show you? How many reasons can a person give you that they not fit for office before you look at any one of them and believe it? I like this one lady I saw who was voted Republican her whole life. She said, "This is the first time I'm voting Democratic. I've always been a conservative, but I just cannot vote for a person who does not share any of my moral views." Right. He is just an immoral, unkind person. And he's tried to hijack our democracy, and I can't vote for that. I am telling you, man, there are more people like her than we know who have been Republican their whole life and just looking at this guy going, this is just not a decent guy. It's some people who actually see what he's doing.
Right.
That imitating sex on a microphone, that the statements he's made, that man, did you, and then he tried to justify it. Did you see the love at Madison Square Garden? Have you ever seen that much love? No.
All that hate.
Yeah.
All that hate that night?
you really need to find out what love is. He thinks, let me tell you what Donald Trump thinks. Mm-hmm. He thinks if you are for him in any way, that's love. Regardless as to what you say about other people, regardless as to the pain you cause other people, if you're saying it to the benefit of him, he considers that love.
That's messed up. It really is.
That's crazy. So you set up and let all them people go out there. And the one black guy at the rally that they never showed, did anybody see a picture of him?
Mm-hmm. I did. I can't think of
the watermelon insult. And
yeah.
You talking about that guy?
Oh, you talking about that? No, I didn't see it. I just saw the.
I haven't seen a picture of him.
Yeah.
He had something on his head. What is it, Tommy?
This is so stupid to where it make me think he's deliberately trying to lose. I just feel like he that stupid. Like you just the stuff that you doing is so stupid. It's like, okay,
he can't help
it.
It's so hateful.
Tommy, he can't help it. He can't. He's just being himself, and he can't even hide it. And he talks so much that it comes out. I mean, he doesn't understand the art of trickery.
When people show you who they are, believe it. He's showing you who he is.
Oh, I believe
he has run a campaign filled with nothing but divisiveness, hatred, racism, and fear. And those are the things that people, in this world today, they gravitate towards that.
Yeah.
So if he can get you on hatred, racism, and fear, then it's easy to overlook all of the stuff he's done, because he's made the conditions of the country worse than him. So now you're trying to look at what he's saying is wrong with the country, and you won't even look at what's wrong with him. He has done a masterful job of deceiving the American public. The stupidity is they sit there and they clap for this. When he was doing that gesture with that microphone, man, I was sitting there going, is this dude for real? There are women here, there are children here, and he's doing it anyway. That's a person who's he's inconsiderate. It's just all about him. He thinks he's funny when he's not. You know, he makes stuff that you just go. And look, like, I didn't really get ticked off about the comment he made about my beautiful white skin. You know, love who you are. I'm cool with that. I'm black and I'm proud. I don't care if a person say, I love my white skin. I don't care about that.
But he said,
you're free to say
that's
that.
not what that is, though. I'm sorry. That's
But if you understand what he was saying, though, that's the scary part when he says it.
Uh-huh.
That's the scary part when he says it. Because what he's saying back there is, it's more of a power play than anything else. But sure. But I didn't care because that's little compared to what he's been saying. And all them people he put up at that rally in New York, man, if that didn't change your mind, if that didn't show you who he was, listen to me. The people that go out on that stage were picked to go on that stage.
Yeah.
Nobody was up there by accident.
Strategically.
That was a plan. Period. Dr. Phil, my buddy included. That was crazy, man. I was just sitting there looking at Philly going, wow. And to sit up and just try to say, I'm here to just tell you he's not a bully. And you gave the definition of a bully and you described him. I was going down, Phil. But he was nervous, man. He started drinking water as soon as he got there. You watched his show for 25 years. You ever seen him drink water?
Not one time.
I mean, I don't pay attention to him like that. I mean,
I do.
I think the concern, he was there. Why were you there?
Yeah.
So that means.
Very disappointing.
Hey, is that how you feel?
No.
You know?
Hey, y'all, let's get to the polls. It's go time. Please go to the polls. Stand in that line.
Get it.
Take your time
And pray.
and get your vote counted. And take somebody with you.
For all Steve Harvey contests, no purchase necessary, void where prohibited. Participants must be legal U.S. residents at least 18 years old unless otherwise stated. For complete contest rules, visit SteveHarveyFM.com.
You're listening to the Steve Harvey Morning Show.